Good evening, y'all. Internship's usually a drag for students, but one UNE girl tells me is she's had the time of her life.
Most of us have heard about school counselors in middle school and high school, but what about school counselors for elementary schools? It's really important. We'll talk about why.
And a simple question was able to give a woman back something she loved. This is News Center now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Samantha York.
And I am Lee Goldberg. Today was not horrible.
No.
It was actually
really wasn't.
fairly nice. So our fairly nice meteorologist is here to tell us all about it.
I'm not horrible most of the time. Yeah, today was okay, right? It's dependent on your location, but we got to 43 in Portland, 39 in Rockland, 37 in Bangor, and 38 in Waterville. Still below strict average for this time of the year, which is 43, but based on where we've been over the past week or so, it feels pretty good. And November, of course, is coming in as a very, very cold month as opposed to the average. Take a look. This is our storm from Tuesday still. Not all that far away. It's the northeast of Halifax, and it's been sitting, spinning, and getting stronger. No worries, it's not going to come back in our neck of the woods. I just think it's interesting seeing that circulation broaden and broaden. And now it's a huge storm system, and it wasn't really that big when it hit us on Tuesday. It's blocked up there, though, in the atmosphere. So as we head into overnight tonight, we're going to go mostly clear. Tomorrow is a good-looking day, sunny pretty much from start to finish. We start around freezing, and then as we head into the afternoon, we get to 38, 39 degrees in most spots. What's over my head right now? What is that?
It's a crawl.
Is that always going to be there?
For the next 27 hours.
Okay. All right. Nobody told me about that. All right. Anyways, as we head into Friday night, see a couple of clouds, and then Saturday looks pretty good as well. Nice and sunny. Our next storm system moves in on Saturday night and into Sunday. It will start as a rain-snow mix, but quickly change over to rain. Guys?
There was a meeting about that. You just you were
You're at lunch or
still on
something.
lunch break.
All right, in other news, police in Old Town say a man has died after being involved in an officer-involved shooting that happened this morning. Adrian Bunker, 37, of Merrimack, New Hampshire, was driving a gray Chevy Silverado pickup truck when he was shot by an officer, according to police. Officer Joseph Ducato of the Old Town Police Department is on paid administrative leave and is pending review of the Old Town Police Department.
After being in the works for a few months now, parking in Biddeford's municipal lots will no longer be free. Parking kiosks were installed in downtown parking lots today. Hourly parking permits won't be available from the kiosks until 7 a.m. this coming Monday. Patrons may continue to use downtown parking lots for short-term parking free of charge until that time. Kind of a big deal happening tomorrow. The Maine School Counselor of the Year Award winner will be named. Now, the winner is going to be representing our state all the way in Washington, D.C. and become eligible to win the American School Counselor of the Year Award.
Yeah, school counselors play a bigger role in children's lives today than ever before. Gone are the days where there was counseling only available in high school.
There are a lot of kids walking the halls of Falmouth Elementary School, about 900 kindergarten through 5th graders. The school used to have 2 counselors. That's about 450 kids per. The state recommendation is 1 counselor per 350 kids, while the national guideline is 1 counselor for every 250. So, Falmouth Principal Gloria Noyes asked for a 3rd to be added this year, and it was approved.
And if you have the right supports in place, you can be proactive and you can help teach those social skills and have that added support in place to prevent what could be bigger behavioral issues.
I would say for the most part, people are surprised that there is a need for elementary school counselors.
Brianna DeRoche is in her 7th year as a school counselor, first in Falmouth. She understands that some people don't get that kids that young need a counselor, but adds that the times are not like they used to be.
They're living lives that, I didn't have to do active shooter type drills when I was a student. And so those are things that they feel and they have a lot of fear around.
As well as helping kids deal with whatever it is they're going through on a daily basis, counseling at an early age can carry the benefit of preventative care.
the big reason that I think the benefit of having elementary school counselors is we're teaching kids with really developmentally appropriate tools, but they're learning coping skills at a young age that they can take with them throughout their time and their lives.
I did not have a counselor at in elementary school. Did you?
You know, I don't remember having one. I remember in high school,
yeah, sure.
Middle school,
yes,
but elementary school, no. But I mean, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, clearly kids have a lot to talk about, and it's good to always have them with some help for someone to talk to.
Absolutely.
So, there you go. All right, let's bring in Kim O'Brien, who is here now. She's been working on a story which is going to touch a lot of people's hearts, and is just such a great story, and no one better to tell us about what you did than you, right?
Right, yeah, no, so students at UNE have an amazing opportunity to intern as a student at various businesses that deal with health, wellness, and occupational therapy. And I went to Scarborough Assisted Living, and there's a student there volunteering now who says she's having the time of her life.
Do you go Christmas caroling? Have you been Christmas caroling?
Forming friendships. It's at the core of every college experience. But Sarah Titcom's newest friends don't live on the University of New England's campus. They're residents of Scarborough Terrace Assisted Living.
And we enjoyed her. She's a delightful person, but please don't tell her.
Sarah volunteers at Scarborough Terrace twice a week as part of her internship program within her health, wellness, and occupational studies track at UNE.
Kind of facilitating things, making connections with the residents, all the fun stuff.
Some days, they play word games.
20 holiday activities.
Or tickle the ivories. And no day is complete without some healthy competition. Residents say having students like Sarah visit makes a world of difference.
Oh, just the fresh ideas and stuff too. You know, from us old people, you know, it's nice to have some new come in.
The benefit is mutual.
Teamwork, communication, problem solving, quick thinking.
Aside from companionship, Sarah's gained skills critical to pursuing a career in health and wellness.
Most everybody's had a grandparent or a favorite older person in their life, and this is just a way to take all those things you kind of know intuitively, but develop them into hopefully programs and a career that they will develop as they move forward.
So Sarah's internship ends in December, and she'll volunteer at Scarborough Terrace through the middle of the month. And upon graduation, she's going to go into a career in geriatric health and wellness. And in the spring semester, a new intern from UNE is going to take Sarah's place. So there's going to be no gap. They're going to make new friends all the time.
Hey, as a person who is runs the internship program here, there's people who do it for credit, and then there's people who just love it. So it's so great to see that.
And it's good to do it, you know, too, just like
100%.
hands-on.
So,
All
right, thank you, Cam.
Well, it's been dominating conversation on our social media pages all week. A lot of you really fired up about the fight over ranked choice voting. Bruce Poliquin filing a lawsuit calling for a recount and even demanding a new election.
Yeah, so we've got Zach Blanchard, who's down in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., actually hanging out and following Jared Golden as he is getting ready to take over his new job. Hey, Zach.
Hey there, Lee and Sam. Yeah, it was quite the day. It's been a busy week for Golden and his team here. This is day 3 of their orientation here, getting to meet with other Congress members as well as just kind of get their bearings here. And he's been busy all week, as I said. An opportunity here. He says he honestly didn't really expect just years ago when he actually worked right here in Washington for Senator Susan Collins. And I asked him specifically about Poliquin's attempts to throw out the results of this election. As you said, we of course have heard about the lawsuit and most recently the recount, and then on top of that demanding that a judge order a new election if they don't rule in his favor against ranked choice. And Golden said he is confident though in the main voting process, the Secretary of State, the towns and city clerks, and that Poliquin just needs to be a quote true leader and admit defeat.
I think the biggest observation I'd make is that Bruce Poliquin has had more press conferences in the last week than he did in the last 2 years. I'm not worried about all those distractions. Bottom line is we won the election. We're going to get seated on January 3rd. We're going to get to work on day 1.
And we also want to show you this. Check this out. Congresswoman Shelley Pingree welcoming Golden to Washington. They met last night and snapped this photo, and she posted it to Twitter. And really a big thing about this photo is that these two people are very different kinds of Democrats. Golden has definitely branded himself as someone who wants to stray away from the Democratic establishment. Samantha and Lee.
So Zach, where does it all go from here? Is it just a waiting game for the Poliquin campaign at this point, or what?
Yeah, well, in terms of the rest of the week, so really tomorrow, Poliquin is really just learning the ins and outs of the congressional process. And then the next step is they're focusing on hiring people for their offices back in Maine. And then from there they say, yeah, it is a little bit of a wait and see, but they're just going to continue doing what they would do normally and kind of hope for the best here, because right now he has until January 3rd was when he would officially be made congressman of the state of Maine.
All right, Zach Blanchard live in our nation's capital. Thank you very much, sir. All right, UMaine football team is hosting a playoff game this weekend. We're going to find out about a fun way that they decided to get ready for their big game against Jacksonville State.
And how a simple question led to a woman getting a second chance to do something she loves.
All right, so Facebook, I would love to talk to you, but I can't see you.
At all.
We have some
you thought yesterday was off the rails.
Technical difficulties. We are lacking the internet. We were lacking scripts. We were lacking what story was going to be next. We were lacking the proper video.
Your mic also sounds a little... I can't even turn your mic over.
But besides that, everything is perfect.
You can't turn mine up?
Oh, hold on. We now at least can get Facebook. So
Yeah, it just doesn't sound right.
My mic doesn't sound
you'll
right?
notice my trusty cell phone prompter runner, which thank goodness we actually have that. Because yeah, it's been a show. J-Bar, yeah, this is exactly this is old school here. What's up, Big Fred? Keely likes your sneakers, Keith. Yes. Let's see.
Oh. I keep breaking these somehow. Liam, I would just stick to his mic.
Yeah, it's on.
Hey Jeff, can you give me a white balance at the monitor?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We're going to go to the monitors. I'm excited to see what will happen over there. The first block was soup's fun over here. Again, nothing working, but besides that, it's gone perfectly.
This is live television.
Hopefully, you guys aren't aware of what's going on at home. But you Facebookers are definitely aware. Oh, look, there's Hannah Deneen. What? What?
All right. Did you write this? Who wrote this?
No. Nope.
Okay. Can we see this? The UMaine basketball football team is preparing for its second round playoff matchup with Jacksonville State Saturday. What?
You can go to your left some more.
Other left.
There you go.
The UMaine football team is preparing for its second round playoff matchup with Jacksonville State this Saturday.
Watch your head, Maddie.
Saturday!
Oh no, Facebook camera just got knocked over. Maddie's breaking lights. We're not going to make it to 5:30, kids.
Is today Wednesday or Thursday?
Today is definitely Saturday.
All right, the UMaine football team is preparing for its second round playoff matchup with Jacksonville State this Saturday.
And part of that preparation is getting properly pumped up. There was a pep rally going on at UMaine earlier today. News Center's Hannah Deneen was there. Hannah, okay, it must have been crazy.
Oh, it was wild. High energy, to say the least. It's very clear these Black Bears have a strong support system behind them. So it all kicked off at noon today. The school's marching band, dance team, and cheerleaders performed at the pep rally at Memorial Union Building on campus. Those performances were followed by speeches from UMaine's president, the football team's head coach, Joe Harasimiak, and the team's two captains. I spoke to sophomore quarterback Chris Ferguson. He told me the team is looking forward to a rowdy home crowd this weekend.
That's big. I think we need everybody out at the game on Saturday at 12 o'clock. It brings a lot of energy, and I think it's only the second time in history we've had a home game playoff, so we need everybody there.
So as Ferguson said, the Black Bears play Jacksonville State this Saturday at noon at the Alphonse Stadium in Orono. News Center's Jackie Mundry and Jess Gagne will be there to bring you all the action. Sam and Lee?
All right, so Hannah, what does the game actually mean, though, to the greater Orono community?
Well, Lee, we actually received a phone call in our newsroom from some local lifelong Black Bear fans, and they say that they really want to make sure that we're getting the word out to everybody and making sure that this Alphonse Stadium is packed on Saturday, and packed with blue, of course.
Of course, and it should be a great fall or winter-ish, fallish day to watch some football. So, all right, Hannah, thank you very much.
All right, imagine not being able to do one of your favorite things because of health problems, and then you get a second chance at it. We meet a woman who just went through that.
And keeps coming back with his forecast, and maybe we'll get to see all of them this time. I don't know. Could go either way. Yeah.
I don't get your station anymore.
Strict instruction. I was gonna say, if they're off, I can tell them. Hey, look, we've got stir fry. We've got stir fry.
I just need to get more info.
Is this just you?
No, it should be both of us. That should be both
Okay,
of us.
well, all right, there's only one read on it. That's what I was asking.
Oh, we'll break it in half.
Sure. 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 Sure.
One sec.
My package is 220, so we have some time, but. So if you want to say.
Why don't you let me do the first part?
You want to read the first part?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Facebook, we might have you back now, so hold on. Let's see where you are.
I can't, something's wrong with this.
Literally everything is breaking.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened to Pam Tondra until her doctor asked her a very.
Hi, Facebook, way over there. Justin, because we wanted you to hang out what's going on, buddy. We want you to see all the behind-the-scenes stuff. It's good stuff. Hi, Kiri. So many times when somebody is diagnosed with cancer and going through treatments, it takes away the ability to do something that they really love to do.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened to Pam Tondro until her doctor asked her a very important question. This is where Pam Tondro feels most at home.
There's nothing like theater people.
Surrounded by a group of people singing their hearts out.
You just go out on stage, you smile. It's just the best feeling ever.
Even through multiple cancer diagnoses, Pam has found serenity through song. Until
4 years ago, I was told that there was nothing they could do for my voice.
After she was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, doctors tried removing it from her throat.
They thought, you know, it was really easy. But then when they went in to take it out, it was wrapped around the vocal cords.
The surgery left her without a voice, and the radiation that followed made things worse.
At that time, the docs were all saying, yeah, you'll have a speaking voice back, but you won't be able to sing or be back on the stage anymore.
That all changed when she met Dr. Michael Toey, a speech pathologist in Belfast.
Throat is right here. And
she initially saw him for trouble swallowing, but then
we said, what do you want to be able to do with your voice? Sing.
He just said to me, you know, once a singer, always a singer.
Dr. Toey used a procedure called pharyngeal manometry. Simply put, by inserting a tube through the nose and down into the throat, they were able to see which of Pam's muscles needed strengthening. From there, they would perform different exercises based on her needs, and the results came almost immediately.
The first that she left with improved voice and knowing what to do.
Now, Pam is back on stage for the first time since her diagnosis, using a God-given talent given back to her a second time.
It has been nothing but motivating and fun to get back in with people that share a common interest.
Finding herself and her voice again in the best way she knows how.
I've got a lot of work to get this voice back, but at least there's something to work with.
All right, and if you want to check out Pam's debut back on stage, she's going to be at the Freeport Players this weekend, and she's just full of life, full of energy, and I'm just so happy.
You see that smile on her face when she was singing? It's good stuff.
Great.
Good stuff.
So great.
All right, sir.
Can you imagine, I don't know how long she didn't have a voice, but have you ever lost your voice for like a day or two?
Last year, I got laryngitis.
Strange.
It was the worst. It was good for you guys. It wasn't good for me.
Great. Well, Karen told me she loved it. Yeah,
exactly. She was a big fan.
My wife was oddly not a fan when I lost my voice. Everyone thought I would be, but she thought I seemed sad all the time as a result of that.
Yeah, and others root for that.
Then it came back and she's like, never mind, you know, it's right. You know, this big upper level low, guys, take a look at this. Lee, you thought today was okay, right?
I did.
You gave it like out of 10?
6.5.
All right, fair enough. All right, well, the clouds we saw today were from the same storm that brought us snow on Tuesday. It's crazy how little this has traveled. It's actually pushed backwards a little bit, now finally moving away. It's also expanded its field and it's gotten a lot bigger. So that's what happens when systems get blocked off over the North Atlantic. Right now, temperatures in the upper 30s and mid 30s in most spots. It won't be an overly frigid night tonight, but we will drop into the 20s and then some teens across the mountains. Tomorrow's a good looking day. It's much sunnier than today as an aggregate across the state. So sunny through the afternoon, and then after the sun sets, which is about 4 this time of the year, clouds increase on Friday night, but then go back down on Saturday. Saturday looks like another nice day, around 40 degrees and mostly sunny. So we get 2 nice days in a row, which we haven't done very often as of late. You know, the last sunny days we saw string together were Thanksgiving Day, but it was in the teens, so it's a lot warmer than that. Our next storm moves in on Saturday night and into Sunday, and as advertised, and nothing has really changed about this storm. There will be some mixed precipitation late Saturday through early Sunday, and you can see where it's going to be across the interior foothills and mountains. But look how quickly, this is 8 o'clock, the warm air surges in and gets all the way into the mountains by noon, into northern parts of Maine, Aroostook County by 2 or 3, and then everybody is rain through the afternoon. Temperatures warm up, and Monday is actually sneaky mild. We could be around 50 degrees on Monday afternoon, so we're going to get quite a bit of warm air in here, at least warm for this time of the year. All right, total snowfall amounts from this storm should be about 1 inch or 2, and that will be washed away by the rain on Sunday. We do have another storm to watch midweek, guys. At this point, it looks like it's a fish storm out to sea. We'll keep an eye on it. See, Amanda was mocking my moves.
I did.
I thought we were friends, Amanda. Just because I like to do a little stretching when it comes down to it. So yeah, that's it. We got the next storm's mainly rain. So I'm watching you, Hill.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Super lunging
She's
over there.
in the
My
back.
goodness.
She's talking some stuff.
She be hating.
Which is not beneath her.
Not at all.
That's pretty much what we all expected. So. All right. There it is. One of our favorite parts of the show.
What's a snapping?
Snapping it. We got. Oh, come on now. Look at this. This is cute. This is. It's got to be one of those urban air, get air, one of those indoor
Places.
trampoline
Yeah,
type
look at the
parks.
socks.
So, and look at the little Affleck thing. And then, oh, it's a puppy. It's an icicle puppy. Puppies love icicles.
They really do.
Dogs freak. Like when you get ice from like the fridge, if any of it drops on the floor, they're like, they come running.
Time for fun.
And then I read somewhere that it's not great for dogs to chew ice, and so I don't know, and it makes me nervous, so I don't let them do it. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good to know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not vouching for that, and we're not verifying it. I'm just saying I saw it somewhere, so I just err on the side of caution for my pups. Okay, we're gonna see what's coming up on News Center Maine at 5:30. Another puppy lover. It's Pat Callahan, and he's gonna tell us what's coming up.
Hey guys, a man from New Hampshire has been shot to death by police in Old Town. It happened early this morning. We'll fill you in on how that played out. A former Catholic priest from Massachusetts is found guilty of sexually assaulting a boy in Maine in the 1980s, but jurors did not convict Ronald Paquin on all of the charges he faced. And President Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, pleads guilty to lying to the Senate Intelligence Committee. Maine Senators Susan Collins and Angus King are members of that committee. They will tell us about their reaction and what may happen next. It's all coming up in just a couple of minutes on News Center at 5:30.
Thanks, Pat. And Brain Drops is next.
Tammy Lou, congratulations on your granddaughter. Good for you. Good for you, Tammy Lou. See what I did there? Did you guys hear her phone?
In the story, yeah, the
Did you hear
story
her
with
phone
her.
go off during weather?
Did
you guys hear Sam's phone go off during weather? Did you hear it? I did.
It was an accident.
Look at Jess calling, pretending she doesn't know what's going on over there. Acting all innocent. Acting all like, what?
Oh.
Oh, that's probably not good.
What's happening?
I honestly, I don't know.
All right, we're done.
This thing's a mess.
We're done.
It's some mess.
This was quite the day.
All right, it's a quiz tonight, guys. Ready?
It's a what?
That was a ride, wasn't it?
That was something.
It's a math quiz.
That was something.
Ooh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Keith, can you hold one of those strips up for me?
It's okay, Sam. I got it.
Thanks, Lee.
I got it. Stay there. I got it.
Thank you.
Make
I
sure
got
you
it.
green balance on that down there too. Yes.
I got it. I got it. Facebook. I got it.
I get angry about the lighting.
Oh, what's wrong with us? But for real, is it Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay, I can't keep my days straight. I don't know what today is. Jeez, it's been a whirlwind.
Oh boy.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, those things really bother you, huh?
You ever seen the movie Sleeping with the Enemy?
With Julia Roberts?
Yeah.
Of course.
I asked you, and it just went right by Sammy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Well, there's a smidgen of an age difference between the two of us.
I was born in 92. When it come out?
92. Stand by. All right.
Here we are.
Today's brain drops. Actually, with weather today. It has something to do with weather. Okay,
Wow.
So this is the snowfall totals map reported from our last storm. I want you to zoom in, Maddie, if you could here, on this 3-inch amount amongst 7.5, 6, 8, 6.5, 6, 7, 10, whatever. Okay, so this is interesting because we put this map up, or I did, to show how good our snowfall map was. It was almost dead on. This was one spot that wasn't right, and it's got to thinking, why might that be? Let's go to the next image if we can. Oh, what's there? Sebago Lake. Okay, so you're on the western shore of Sebago Lake, and this time of the year, depending on what happens, obviously we're not totally frozen over in Sebago Lake. Now, I wish I could get the temperature for Sebago, but the buoy, they pull it late fall so it doesn't get frozen in there. There is one during the summer if you're interested. So what happened with the storm is, you remember how close we were, rain, snow, different areas, flitting back and forth. So what happened with the fetch of the wind was it went over the relatively warmer lake waters, and that was just enough on the west side and northwest side of Sebago Lake to change it over to rain locally. And that was the difference between a 3-inch amount here and the 6, 7, 8-inch amounts over here. So that just shows you how challenging some of this forecasting can be, but how meso or small scale it can be as well. And you'll see these effects, and people who live near different areas know it better than we ever will.
So
these little things.
Where it was coming from, then this would have been a higher snow total as well, because it didn't get lower until it hit here.
And it was on the other sides of the lake, other than the fetch of the wind. It was higher snow. So people had asked me, my plow guy actually asked me, oh, there are the arrows. I drew arrows, I knew. And that was the reason that it was so much lower over there. It won't last long once they ice over.
All right.
Got it?
I like that vest.
Thank you.
It's a little baggy, though.
Is it too baggy?
It's made at 5:30. Coming up. All right, Facebook. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.
Bye.